Hi, it's Doug. In a previous mystery, you learned that the alchemists were a group of people in ancient times who were convinced that it might be possible to create gold and become incredibly wealthy. To try to do that, they had workshops where they mixed all sorts of different substances. By substances, I mean they mixed together different stuff: powders, liquids, anything they could find. One of the substances that really got their attention was this: vinegar. You've seen what vinegar can do to a penny. It makes it all shiny and clean. But alchemists discovered something even more about vinegar. Something weird. If you put metal, like this aluminum can here, and you leave it sitting in concentrated vinegar for a long time, watch what happens. This is a sped up video, but you can see it's starting to bubble. It's doing something. Now, let's jump ahead a few days. Look at the aluminum can now. This video is still sped up a lot, but you see this? You can see that given enough time, vinegar dissolves metal. The aluminum can disintegrates, as if eaten away by the vinegar. This property of vinegar was interesting to the alchemists. They thought maybe this could be the first step to figuring out how to transform a plain, ordinary metal into gold. So, what is this vinegar stuff that the alchemists discovered? Well, these days, you can actually buy it in a grocery store. Vinegar is a clear liquid that's left when fruit or vegetables completely rot. This sounds gross, but as long as the food has completely rotted and it's just the vinegar liquid that's left, it's safe to eat. Why would anyone want to do that? Well, you actually probably do eat vinegar. It's used in lots of foods. For example, it's one of the ingredients in salad dressing. It's used because it has a sour taste to it. Sometimes people want a sour flavor in their food, and so they use vinegar. The alchemists were interested in vinegar, though, because it can dissolve metal. And soon they discovered vinegar is not the only liquid that could dissolve metal. There's other ones too. Here's one of them: lemon juice. Now, if you think about it, that's kind of funny. Just like vinegar, lemon juice also tastes very sour. But you probably never thought to put metal in lemon juice. Well, let's see what happens. This is a steel chain in lemon juice, and you can see it's bubbling and starting to dissolve very slowly. So, lemon juice and vinegar have at least two properties in common. They're both sour, and they can both dissolve metal. The alchemists then discovered even more liquids that can dissolve metal, like this. This is a liquid that was probably discovered when an alchemist was stirring a mixture of hot water and a yellow powder called sulfur. Watch what this liquid can do. This person is going to pour some into a glass container. You can see she's wearing gloves. What she's going to do is she's going to put an aluminum can in there and leave it for a few minutes. Okay, and now, here after a few minutes, look at this. Keep in mind, unlike the earlier video I showed you, this video is not sped up. Whatever this liquid is, it dissolves metal way more quickly than vinegar or lemon juice. Look at this. What is this liquid? I mean, is it really that similar to lemon juice or vinegar? Like, what would happen if someone tried to taste it? Well, seeing how quickly it dissolved metal, that's probably not a good idea to try to taste it. But back in the day, some alchemists actually did try a little taste of it after watering it down a bit, and they discovered that it does taste sour. It's not a pleasant kind of sour like you'd want to put on food, but it is sour, just like vinegar and lemon juice are. So it was eventually decided that these three liquids, vinegar, lemon juice, and this strong sulfur water, they all seem to have enough in common. They can all dissolve metal, and they all taste sour. It might be worth giving them all a name. The word that we still have to this day comes from the Latin word for sour, which is acid. So altogether, all these liquids with these properties are called the acids. Vinegar is known more scientifically as acetic acid. Lemon juice contains something known more scientifically as citric acid. And this new one that was discovered by the alchemists, because of its containing sulfur as part of the ingredients, it became known as sulfuric acid. Now, this probably isn't the first time you've heard the word acid. What sorts of things does the word acid make you think of?